I happily began to skip through red light, green light, when all of a sudden I was brutally knocked off my feet by a plaid-covered rapscallion. He pummeled me with so much sand I could taste the grits in between my teeth. I made clear that revenge was on the horizon for him. In response to this, he tried to attack me again, but he embarrassingly failed. I helicoptered over him to assert dominance. He proceeded to chase me around like a desperate puppy until I had enough of his shit. It was time for Dalgona, of course. I finished first and began to aura farm on top of the playground. I proceeded to have lunch in the girls' bathroom with my high school chemistry teacher, Mr. White. The blissful reunion was cut short by that plaid wanker. I had to bolt it out of there. Once the fog cleared, I caught that piss baby staring at me like a freak. I happily skipped my way to tug of war, hoping this was my chance to finally kill him. But as fate would have it, he was put on my team. As a seasoned iPad kid, I bodied this game with no mistakes. While waiting for the other players, he forcefully pushed me into the bed of a beautiful man. I thought this was an exceedingly rare win until the handsome man threw me across the room. This was the beginning of the end. When it was time for glass bridge, it turns out the gorgeous man I'd met earlier was a glass maker. However, he feigned injury to avoid helping us. His trickery did not fool me, as I was the first to make it to the end as usual. Finally, it was time to vote. Of course I voted to leave, so I didn't have to be in Plaid Boy's presence anymore. I curb-stomped the guard and took his gun. As I began to shoot more guards, it hit me. I can use this gun to shoot my nemesis. The dazzling man had caught onto my idea, but he seemed chill about it. Little did I know this was foreshadowing of what was to come. As we made our way through the rebellion, my enemy, my brother died. He was shot dead by the guards through all the chaos. All that built up anger and hatred had led to this very moment. And yet, instead of relief, I felt an emptiness. To take my mind off of the death of my I began to socialize with the hot man. However, it soon turned out he was pushing our teammates. It wasn't long until I got pushed myself. I realized as we fought on that he wanted us to die so he could collect more money. Once we made it into the control room, he told me not to go inside with a firm headshake. Instead, we let the others die while we stood in the sidelines. A guard happened to be taunting us through the wall, but he was no match for us. We finally escaped with our money. We are not horses. We are humans. Humans are